Welcome back, my silver saving friends out there. It is a beautiful summer day here in Canada, and I'm excited to show some different and unusual products that I've been adding to my store and hoping to get some movement there. So head on over. I added some new items just a couple weeks ago, some special rounds along with some poured silver, and I'm going to add some more rounds in that to speak to that. The collectors out there, the people that like coins and rounds, not just our poured silver. And in that way, a little bit more diversity, and everybody can enjoy a little bit then. And this is from the disOBEY series from the Silver Bullet Silver Shield Mintage, all by Chris Dwayne now. So the first one is the throw. And you'll see each one of them will have the Guy Fawkes mask. So if you know your history, a lot of us are into this, know our kind of political history like that. We know who Guy Fawkes was, but also associated with the group Anonymous. Now, there's a lot of groups out there that kind of claim to be it. There's even a kind of conspiracy theory whether or not it's a real group anymore or just a bunch of people pretending. Although I've seen in my lifetime some pretty serious claims and computer hacks, and that seem to say some people are doing something with it. But that is what it is. It's the Guy Fawkes mask, not the but there we go, silver shield on the back. So that's the first one, and each one's going to have a different political or historical figure that really speaks to how they kind of fought against the norm and what was, really stood for what they believed in and didn't just let themselves get pushed around. Sadly, for some of these people, it didn't end very well. But you can see these are people that wanted to make a difference and weren't afraid to come out from behind the mask, is the how I look at this. So, and you'll see here, we've got Gandhi. That's the second one in the series. Again, it's only going to be the face that is different. And the silver bullet, silver shield on the back. That's the current logo. And to show you here each one, so the first two, they come with their certificates of authenticity as well, and depending on the mintage. So, oops, sorry. So you can see 1046 of 3402 of the first one, and with the disOBEY series. And then this one's a little bit lower mintage. This is all to do with the way they make them, which ones they believe are good enough to go out into the collectors and the stores. Now the next one, I'm going to butcher this name, but it's Solenstein. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I'm very bad with that. But there's the next one. Again, very similar design, just focusing on the person themselves. Again, the back is going to be the silver bullet, silver shield logo. And after the first three here, just to kind of speak to why I like to add things like this into my own collection, but also my store. The thing is I love my poured silver. I do like my silver just for stack weight, so I'll get low premium silver as well. And these are a little bit of a collectible piece that I can add to my collection where the price over spot isn't too much. It's still justifiable to me, and each piece can be unique and different, so I don't just have a bunch of maples or silver eagles in my stack. And I just saw a interesting video by Truth Never Told, Chris Dwayne channel, and he had mentioned about how silver eagle sales have basically dropped off the map right now. And it speaks to, in my view, it speaks to the community out there, maybe the older dogs out there who are I hear a lot, maybe it's a scam, I didn't make any money on silver. It's a long-term game, depends on what you do with it. You got to watch your premiums. But I think a lot of the people collecting and stacking right now like something different and unique, and really I see a big growth in poured silver for sure, even at local coin shops, carrying more and more of it each time I go in. But people want diversity, they want variety. Just collecting for the sake of weight, I don't think fills the need that a lot of us have with this. We like to collect for the value and the building the wealth, the long-term gains. But it's nice to have an immediate bit of fun with it when you're picking up some unique and different pieces, especially if they're political and they speak to things that you're passionate about, maybe things that have impacted your life or you'd like to make changes to. You know, these people weren't afraid to speak up and try and make a change in the world. And I've been told that before. Why do I want to try and change the world? Why can't I just let some things go more than others? And it makes things easier. And I just completely disagree. I think that a lot of the reasons why we have wonderful things in this world is because people weren't afraid to speak up, try and make a change, and not let people kind of get away with doing the wrong thing, right? And in our slightly snowflake, padded, bubbled child society, I think a lot of that grit has gone from us. A lot of that passion about trying to make a real difference, even if it maybe makes your life a little bit more uncomfortable. Sometimes you've got to work outside of your comfort zone to make real impacts that'll help not only yourself, but your family, your neighbors. You know, that's huge to me. You know, even just being a good neighbor and doing things that you know, make you good to your community and stand out that way. And you can start small and maybe make some big changes. And these people did. They all didn't start out with big things. They, you know, it took a while. But stay true to what you believe in. And if you truly believe you can make those changes, you know, even if it's a small way, if it's one person you impact, that's huge. You've impacted somebody else's life, right? So I definitely encourage that. There's the other certificate. A bit lower mintage on that one too. And now we've got the MLK, the Martin Luther King one. And we know that this gentleman did a lot of great things for the country, but at the same time it didn't always end well for him, right? And he wasn't afraid to do things knowing that his life was on the line, because he knew that what he could do to impact would change the lives of so many others. And that's pretty awesome. So there's the Martin Luther King one. And there's 6 in this series that I have right now. And we'll focus there. And then the card as well. And they'll all be very similar. They say the series at the top, the number in the series, the name of the particular round, how it was struck, ounce, brilliant, and circulated. There you go. And then there's the next one is the John Lennon one. And again, another gentleman has stood up for what he believed in. And it's interesting because I don't always believe in everything these people and believed in and were. And a lot of them were quite strange in their personal life if you really start digging into it. And some could argue that maybe some of the personal and maybe not bad or more immoral things they did in their life could outweigh some of the good things they've done. If you dig deep into some of these people's lives. But the impact they had to society is, you can't deny what they've done. So, you know, John Lennon, again, another gentleman that was shot. But that is the disobey round for him. It was a big deal to my mom. She was a big Beatles fan. And then, of course, there's Certificate of Authenticity as well. Same idea. The backs of them are just a plain card. Nothing fancy to show there. And then the last one in the series is the Dalai Lama. And the Dalai Lama, if you don't know, it's interesting. I find that the Dalai Lama is one of those world political figures that a lot of people don't know enough about, I feel. Kind of they skim the surface of what they represent, what's going on with Tibet and China and everything. But again, somebody else that is fighting what's being put on them. But if you look into the Dalai Lama's history, there could be some argument to whether or not they're doing the right thing. And that's what's empowering about rounds and coins and silver and items like this. It not only is fun to collect and add and build wealth, but it sparks conversation, even if it's in your own mind. A lot of this time I'll be stacking these, or I'll go through just to look through my collection, maybe see if there's pieces I want to move along and add some new ones to my stack. And it makes me think about life. It makes me appreciate life a little bit more, because, you know, these people have done things that, because of the choices they've made, definitely have made impacts in my own life. Maybe whether it's a roundabout way of political choices, what the government does, military choices, there is some way in shape or form that these choices have impacted my life. You know, maybe not directly, but indirectly because of those decisions. And you know, that's pretty exciting to think about. But like I said, I like to look into the history of things like that. You dig a little deeper, and that creates more conversation. So everybody out there, I really, truly encourage you to stack, collect, put money away, wealth aside, and while you're doing it, try and have a good time. You will enjoy it more, and you'll be less likely to want to just get rid of it for something frivolous. That's a big part of this for me. A lot of this is so I don't just have the cash sitting there and I want to buy a baseball hat or a new pair of shoes because I have a bit of addiction to baseball hats. This is a great way to stack wealth, have a great time with it, and spark conversations. So I feel smarter after I've stacked silver like this than regular silver and gold. So lots of fun, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this Friday feature. I've got more Silver Shield mintage coming onto my website soon, and make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Really helps get the videos out there, and smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. Lots of new videos coming up. Silver Hunt Sunday will be back up and running. I sadly was in a little bit of a car accident a short while back, so I'm just recovering from nothing major or anything, but just getting life kind of back in order, not being able to get out to the places I normally would be, and should be up and running again soon. But 2018's kind of kicked me in the face a little bit. I'm kind of tired of it. So the rest of 2018, everybody say it with me, it's going to be awesome. 2018 is going to be awesome. I need it. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, everybody. It was a lot of fun, and I am excited to show you some more of the Silver Shield series coming soon. We will talk to you then. Take care.